Okay, we have played Alan Wake 2, we have played Night Springs. Now it is time for the Lake House. Descend into a Federal Bureau of Control research facility and unravel the mysteries lurking within. So the Lake House was mentioned in the Alan Wake 2 main story, so it'll be interesting to see what this entails.
This isn't the Bureau's first time in Bright Falls. 1970, 76, 8... Last one was in 2010. It's not exactly clockwork, but this town sees way more altered world events than most. We knew it was just a matter of time before the lake acted up again. After the AWE in 2010, the FBC's research department set up a facility, the Lake House, to study the threshold in Cauldron Lake, find better ways to contain the entity inside. Your tax dollars at work. When we detected a spike in paranatural activity at Cauldron Lake, before I even knew you were on this case, Saga, the Lake House was my first stop. I was short-handed, hoped they could spare some help, maybe give us some intel on the situation. If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there, Saga, I'd have just kept on driving. This is Agent Kieran Estevez responding to an AWE alert in the vicinity. I need to speak with the Marmons. So much for the welcome wagon. You all set up the perimeter. We're on the threshold's doorstep, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yes, ma'am.
Spooky. Okay, so I guess we are Agent Estevez?
Agent Kieran Estevez, requesting entry. I don't have time for this.
What we got? We got some handgun, ammo, flashlight, a couple trauma pads, and obviously a handgun.
This shouldn't take long, okay? You see anything, radio me. The Lake House was run by the research department. Research
Dark.
and investigations don't really see eye to eye. What they call science, I call a violation of Bureau protocol and human decency. Classic interdepartmental drama. Your FBI saga, you know how it goes. Now, in retrospect, my low opinion of the research department may have clouded my judgment.
So Agent Estevez is like telling Saga what she did before she got into Bright Falls town and spoke to her and stuff, I guess. Maybe after everything was finished, or maybe between Alan becoming Scratch and all that scene and stuff, and actually going to do the final plan and summoning.
Hello? Agent Kieran Estevez, Investigations Department. No one wants to check the individual carrying a firearm into a restricted government facility? No?
Hello, and welcome to another exciting
the lake house. As I'm sure you know, I am Dr. Jules Marmont, and this is my wife.
Dr. Diana Marmont.
And together we are the heads of research at this facility.
Get off. Timing.
We want to thank you all for helping us break new ground in our study of Cauldron Lake.
That's right, Jules. But don't let our exciting work in threshold regulation and dimensional coupling keep you from observing the proper safety protocols.
You said it, Diana. We run a tight ship here at the lake house. So, always remember the 3 S's. Safety, security, and censorship.
It's a C. It's a C.
Why, yeah. That is the joke, Diana.
Well, it's a stupid wonderful
He's so fucking
joke,
done.
Jules. We'll see you down there.
Amazing. Going off the censorship
That seems healthy.
side of things. Lovely. The Lake House Daily. Good news. HQ still dark. Pie was good. More pie for the rest of us. We have coffee. DFS this week. Bad news. HQ still dark. Why is that good and bad news? Nut allergy bad. Crossed out. No armor beer. It's good. Tried it. The artist is... Someone stole the black whiteboard marker and all vacation time cancelled. Oh. What's one say? Daily stand-up. No doodling. See if there's anything in here.
It's locked.
Can't get in here. Okay. Locked. Here. Urgent reminder, lake safety protocols. Please remember that the following recreational activities are forbidden in the waters of Cauldron Lake. These restrictions apply to both civilians and FBC employees. Fishing, redacted. Swimming, boating applies to canoes, kayaks, motorized boats, etc. Using the water for redacted purposes. Water skiing, redacted in the water. Paddleboarding. What the fuck is paddleboarding? Paddleboarding. These activities can result in redacted in an estimated redacted percent of cases. If you are unclear about the restrictions listed above, please speak with redacted. Date redacted? Why is a date redacted? Security report read local rumors. Background. A recent security operation was performed among the citizens of Bright Falls and Wateroo. The goal of this operation was to ascertain public knowledge and opinion of the lake house and its operations. Summary. The following information was gained through covert listening and informal questioning. The local public appear to view the area around the lake house with fear. This is of course the intended reaction, as the Bureau has publicly marked the area as dangerous due to volcanic gases. However, there is a specific rumour among the public regarding a government facility in the woods run by mad scientists taking people for experimentation. This rumour seems particularly popular among the local youth, and its proximity to the truth is cause for concern. Worst case outcome would be an increase in curiosity or possibly even aggression. It is possible that this is even the reason for the lake house security breach back in redacted. Action to be taken. Security personnel will continue to monitor youth chatter. If the rumours continue, disseminating a cover story may be required, perhaps even fabricated signage for an American Volcano Commission type institution. Bugs for one desk. They're all in a circle. So a lot of post-its. Donut! This is... Oh my god. It's in a circle. Great. Does that mean circle of donuts is also a donut? Oh wait, that'll be the 14th of July, not the 7th of some unknown months, because it's in American date format. Again, from Ava Romani to FBC personnel, subject status update re oldest house. To all staff, on-site observation teams report that the oldest house is still under active lockdown. Status of Director Trench management team and all other personnel inside the oldest house at the time of the lockdown's initialization remains unknown. Observation teams have detected fluctuations in the redacted field originating from the oldest house as of redacted, increasing in strength as it loops through a specific pattern every redacted hours. These readings are currently being analysed by research staff in the Boston office. Any personnel with information pertaining to this signal should contact them immediately. Sincerely, Ava Ramani, Supervisory Agent.
That's handy.
Yes.
An experiment. That bodes well. Dr. Marmont's not here.
Would have spoken up if he was.
Nobody is?
Arrows University.
I'll have to check downstairs.
Recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in them, trustees of Barrows University have conferred on Jules Francois Marmont to the degree of Doctor of Applied Science and is entitled to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Special Service Certificate. Grateful recognition of his outstanding contribution to the Bureau's scientific endeavours.
They must all be working on the lower levels. I'll need to head down.
And Mr. Vez, but I'm reading. Thank you. Notice of appointment. Head of research to Jules Marmont. Appointment of faculty head. Senior leadership determined to appoint Jules Marmont as head of research. Shared with Diana Marmont. Effective completion on July 18th. Fellow head of the Lake House. Love, Diana. This window. Big, nice windows. Rainy. It's also rainy here currently, so it's fitting.
Changing passwords, huh?
Date to computer password reset policy. Effective September 13th, all computer passwords must be reset daily. A lot to address security concerns where this may be inconvenient change and lead to difficulty remembering your password. And using permanent set of digits as the beginning of the password followed by numbers that change daily. Using significant personal dates, coordinates, etc. Do not use birthdays, the current date, phone numbers, etc. So I was thinking. Please remember that for the time being, passwords are not to exceed 6 digits. Okay. Day after. Science fact of the day. Most famous facting Hedy Lamarr also invented it in her free time. She patented a frequency hopping device for torpedo guidance systems at the age of 38. Let's read this one first. Research profile subject P. Through extensive testing, the subject has been confirmed to possess an intrinsic paranatural ability that manifests exclusively during the act of painting. Paintings feature scenes or events he would have no knowledge of, even sometimes painting an event before it occurs. The effect has been proven multiple times and is estimated 40 to 100% success rate. Note the lack of precision in this range is due to the team's inability to prove that a painting's content will not be realized at some point in the eventual future. Research is asked to reiterate their hesitance to publish any concrete statements surrounding this subject and his ability at this time, as the nature of the paintings and their paranatural effect have been exceptionally difficult to measure and quantify. Conclusion: the subject is suspected to be a Class 2 para-utilitarian, though additional testing will be required to confirm this. At this time, his ability is not believed to be a direct threat to himself or others and can be controlled. The nature of his ability to show current or future events via the art he creates, but the extent of this forecasting cannot be determined by researchers with any high level of precision. Unlike the art created by Alan Wake, there is no evidence the subject's art is directly manipulating reality via the shadow's energies. Placement keycard request form. Please fill out the fields below before delivering the form to security. A new keycard will be issued to you once your request is processed. Jules. Co-head of research. Required clearance, the highest one. I forget what it's called. My old card went missing. Indicate here if your card was stolen. How would I know if it's stolen or is lost? Why do you not put microchips inside to follow them if you're so concerned with this? I am the head of research and I expect a new card on my desk by the end of the workday. Well, you didn't give them the form though. Okay, so figure out this password. Don't use birth dates, the current date, phone numbers, etc. Significant. Permanents have digits at the beginning, numbers that change daily. Yay. Didn't say to use the current date though. Is there anything else for me to look at in here? Stray. September.
Damn it.
It's not the using significant plus. 38 is probably the last two digits. These numbers, maybe? Doesn't have a date on it. Also, it doesn't have a date on it. July 18th. Okay, so 7/18 because it's American. 7/18 for July, and then
That's not right.
didn't mean to press that. I meant to go back. Right. 07 38. 38. Yeah, nice. Let's read all the emails. Oh my goodness. From the furthest back is the oldest. Good morning. A friendly reminder that proposed annual budgets need to be sent out by the end of this month. Every station is being asked to give a thorough breakdown this year in an effort to find areas where spending can be reduced. Classic. Should I book a time for us to speak about this and make a plan? All the best. Kingston, Facility Administrator. I'm too busy to attend meetings. Just use the budget from last year, but make sure to specify that a specific percentage of the research budget is to go towards Project Arbutus, so certain individuals won't be tempted to slow down the competition by stealing resources. Okay, so that was from the wife. I apologize for the difficulty my wife is presenting, Carrie. I believe she is suggesting that I would take her project's budget. An unfair and preposterous accusation, though I am confident you understand that. I would be happy to meet and discuss the annual budget. It's, of course, the head of research jobs to oversee such work. Maybe Diana is no longer up to the task. Oh, Jules. Go fuck yourself, Jules. Yeah, so next Wednesday? To Jules. Project Arbitus has officially requested me to return the pages. We aren't using them for any work on Project Ramnus, and they are shared research materials, so can I release them back to Arbitus? Just remember to lock your computer before leaving your station for any amount of time. Changing your password daily does not improve our facility's security if you leave your computer open. Classic IT. Right, let's open this door. Assume that is this door. A key card. Salvage hatch and then just a shoe in a box. Okay. Oh, look at that kitty! Drawing of a kitty and another one. I guess it's a picture actually then, but it looks like a painting. Seen everything in here now. We could probably go down the elevator. Okay.
As soon as I got in that elevator, my bad news detector started going nuts. Estivesta team, something's going on in the lake house. I want all nearby agents to. Oh, shit!
Agent Estevez, what's your status?
Loud.
Breach detected in sublevel 5. Staff should seek shelter immediately.
We have a situation in the lake house. All agents converge on the facility now. Belay that order.
Fuck.
Shit. A threshold event had hit the lake house. Now it was the Marmont's problem. Our mission was outside. Priority 1, get the lights on.
My goodness. Okay.
That's smart.
Weird. Gary's gonna happen.
What the fuck was that?
Any enemies? This. Research order. As the lake house continues to make progress towards its goal, various avenues of research are being pursued. Recently, one such avenue has yielded unexpected results. The research into nursery rhymes dictated by Miss Dr. and Dr. Marmont, led by Dr. Campbell, as an art form, has shown viability in its ability to connect with the Cauldron Lake threshold. As a result, the nursery rhyme findings will now be carried forward by the co-heads of research and incorporated into ongoing research across the lake house, effective immediately. Research teams will be briefed on how to utilize the effective elements of the nursery rhymes into their own work. Note. Gamble and his team are being reassigned. They will continue to develop their work on the nursery rooms outside the lake house. Any exposure risks related to performing confidential work outside the facility's premises have been acknowledged and accepted. Threshold linking experiment progress report. The work to create a stable link between our reality and that of the redacted continues. Progress is good, all teams reporting high confidence that the successful connection will soon be possible. Recent efforts in utilizing the paintings produced by Subject P to adjust reality in such a way that achieves our goals were unsuccessful. However, this result allowed us to discard that avenue of research and focus solely on a much more viable one. Our new hypothesis states that the threshold's energies and thus its reality-altering effect are drawn to pieces of art that contain a significant level of emotion. This is supported by a clear trend in the data we have gathered over the years. If we can identify and quantify the emotion of an art piece, our work will speed up considerably. Work has already proceeded with an immediate focus on developing devices capable of measuring the level of emotion in any given piece of art. For now, our research will continue to focus solely on the art produced by Subject P, while no pieces of his have yielded successful results outside their assistance in discovering the redacted pages. His proven status as a para-utilitarian makes his work the most suitable research material. Okay. So many spooky noises. Here we go. We got a save slot. Save slot? Excuse me. Having a save slot means we're probably gonna get attacked. Soon. By whatever the fuck is here. Using control, wasn't he? Makes sense, this is like the Pharaoh of control.
Okay, he doesn't do a damn thing without power.
To Spooky Town. Spooky Town. Oh my god, so many walls. Places that things could hide. Oh goody, we've got many.
Okay. Power core receiver. Plugging a core in should get the lights on.
Do this. What? Pressing F and it's not doing anything. I guess I have to do something else. Let's see what's over here. Just want to know what it is. Gonna attack me.
That is not a regulation FBC weapon.
Weapon.
Can't open it from the side.
Huh?
Jules' keycard could be useful.
Fortunately, Jules' keycard went missing last night. Huge shame. On a totally unrelated note, I now have a level 3 clearance card in my office plus a lot of black rock. Grinding the black rock down to a powder and stashing around in case any gets confiscated. Weapon test using black rock powder if successful. Maybe send schematics to offsite teams. Need to transfer out this shithole. Need to think of my application for black rock now that I have some. Researcher at the OH, who had tons of ideas like this. I wish I could remember the name. A power core align with receiving socket. Okay.
Wish they'd make these things lighter.
Get attacked while we're carrying this, because that would not be ideal.
The way I saw it, there was only one way out. Identify the source of the event and contain or eliminate it. Good news, I just had to keep going down. Bad news, the elevator liked to disappear.
This game, this DLC is spooky, like.
At least the elevator's back.
Let's turn the lights on. What did that do? A light shift. Oh, did that open that locked door? Okay.
First off, a huge thank you to everyone here. The Lake House has made amazing strides in researching the AWE here at Cauldron Lake. Great work, team. I wanted to come in person so I could check in on the latest work. I won't get in the way. It's not our view, so no reason to be scared. Do you hear that, Dr. Marmot? While I'm here, I want to focus on the relationship between the shadow and the AWE site below the lake. The theory that the shadow even originates from the dimension this threshold is tapping into is compelling. Eventually, I want to understand how this dimension manages to convert
Why does it sound so
subjective elements
funky?
like art into objective reality. What are the constraints?
Not for you, but it
Say,
might be for me.
create altered items or even objects of power simply by manifesting them via a piece of art. These are the things we need to know to accurately classify the shadow. I mean, that name is not very scientific. I mean, who came up with that? Shadow. So, any and all proposals are welcome. Anything testing art's effect on reality by using the shadow's energy is preferred. To find answers, we'll first need a lot of data. No wrong answers. And when I return to the oldest house, I'll take back anything we end up with to run against a classified project called Hedron to build a comparative data set. I wish I could tell you more. It's very, very exciting. Non-physical forces impacting. Oh. No, sorry, I really can't. It is. You know what? Maybe some of you can come visit. We'll have to get you clearance, of course, but maybe that can. You know what? I don't want to take the entire day talking. So, the shadow represents a whole new area of research, and I couldn't be more excited to start digging in. It is a great new world, people.
Very excited, isn't he?
The Lake House's research went way beyond studying Cauldron Lake's threshold. Playing with paranatural forces, it never goes well, Saga. This is exactly why we lock up people like Wake.
Okay. So we go back to the... Oh, we need to go here, don't we? Probably. Probably gonna get attacked. I don't hope we do, because I'm fed up of just being scared by lasers. Fuck? Oh my god. My god. What the fuck is that? I changed my mind. I don't like it. Fuck?
It's down. Time to move. This thing won't stay down.
Do I just run away?
Can't open it from the side.
Is there a little gap there I missed seeing? Let's just heal. I don't like these guys, they're creepy. Så tall. De sa det.
My keycard isn't high enough clearance.
Oh my god. The fuck? Try this?
Fuck were those things?
You go.
Okay, deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You never really get used to the shit you see in this job, but you can learn techniques to adjust, to function. Take 6 deep breaths.
Please hold. Please hold.
Now where am I?
Hold. Please hold.
What is that? If you can understand me, I'm an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control. I can assist you if you take no hostile action against me or any action that can be perceived as hostile. Do you understand? Well, I'll be damned. So what kind of entity are you? You can speak. That means you probably imprinted on a person or retained some of your former self's information. Previously human, maybe? Okay, I can work with that. I just had an unpleasant encounter with some other painted individuals. Any relation? What does that mean? Okay, hey, calm down. You need to cease all hostility right now.
Hey?
Bad news? That thing is really pissed off.
What even was that? This one? Okay. We haven't been to 2 yet, have we?
Angry living paintings are not typically on the Cauldron Lake bingo card. Something different was happening at the lake house, and I couldn't let it escape. Bright Falls didn't need this particular cherry on its already shitty sundae.
Sublevel 3.
This isn't the
Right.
floor.
I like it when I can't just shoot the enemies. This makes it way more scary. Alignment process. ATD output and calibration. The automated typing device, aka the ATD, will produce writing mimicking that of Alan Wake, known parallel-utilitarian, with the goal of affecting reality with the same consistency as Mr. Wake's writing. To reach this level of authenticity, each page produced by the ATDs must be evaluated and graded based on similarity to Wake's original style. The pages will be graded using the following criteria. Comprehensibility. This is the most basic of criteria, that it must use language and develop stories in an understandable, organic way. Style must accurately mimic the typical style of Wake's writing, using pages in the lake house's possession as reference. Tone. The page must accurately mimic the typical tone of Wake's writing. Page must accurately mimic the typical content. Once pages are graded, they will be fed into the algorithm as preferred reference material, continuously refining the writing produced by the ATDs until they can produce near identical stories to Alan Wake. Once that's achieved, we will provide instructions to the ATD on what to write, effectively gaining control of Wake's ability to link with the Shadow's power. By machine learning. Fine. Cool idea. Makes sense that they would be trying to do that. Click this so that it does something.
2023. Notes regarding a page of an Alan Wake manuscript I found in the archives. I checked the records, and this page is not in our inventory. I believe it manifested inside the lake house directly. I won't be filing this page. It'll just send Jules into a panic. The page is written in Wake's usual style, so I can't say for certain if it's being literal or figurative when it calls us monsters. But what's interesting is that the page indicates that a painting succeeded in linking Cauldron Lake's threshold with our facility. Writing has always been the clearly superior avenue of research, but I never considered that the writing itself would dictate a different art form as the catalyst for our success. I cannot accept that. I can't allow Jules to stumble his way into success. Not after the years of work I put into this research. I got word yesterday that 2 writers are visiting Bright Falls. I will beat Jules to the finish line.
So basically reading this is saying that the projects that they're going to be working on, Arbitus and Ramus, are being worked on with the 2 co-heads of research, one working on each. So Diana, the wife, the lady, will be working on studying the writing. I assume of Alan Wake / other people. And then the Dr. Jules, the guy, the husband, working on studying probably the painting. It's redacted though, so.
Diana and Jules Marmont
Oh.
had once been a team. Rising stars in the Bureau, both talented in their own way. Diana innovated and Jules got funding from the bureaucrats. Cooperation led to respect. Connection
Then after a decade of hard work, the happy couple were promoted. Co-heads of research. Their first years at the lake house were good. Challenging, but not insurmountable. Not for them. Gradually, thoughts fell into their heads like drops of dark water. Why does she get all the credit? Why does he get any credit? With that, a crack formed in the lake house. The Marmonts and their work became arrogant, erratic. The crack widened and the water seeped in.
I don't really read any of this. It's so dark.
Diana and Jules Marmont had once been a team.
Okay, so just
Rising
because
stars in the Bureau,
this guy
both
comes up.
talented in their own way.
Okay.
Diana
Where's for
innovated and
sentence?
Jules got funding from the
Min,
bureaucrats.
max 12, min 1, average 6.71. Go ahead, 1 word or 2.
And after a decade of hard work, the happy couple were promoted.
Oh, that's what he's
Co-heads of
reading.
research.
Okay.
Their first years at the lake house were good.
Dialogue contains
Challenging,
dialogue,
but not
clip
insurmountable.
phrasing, third person,
Not for them.
retitle,
Gradually, thoughts fell
story
into their
concept,
heads like drops of
PC,
dark
lake
water.
house, conflict. Okay, so
Why does
it's
she get all the credit?
that's one of the pages that has been written.
Rudolph Lane stood back from the canvas. He didn't recognize the piece. Did he paint this? His mind was foggy, unfocused. He knew the Marmonts were putting something in his food. A man in a white coat came to steer Lane back to his cell. He did not resist. He was too tired. He lay on the bed, but the stench in his cell wouldn't let him sleep. An acid stink. The turpentine. The paint. It was all over him. Years of it. 1,000 paintings. 1,000 more to come. A putrid weight he could never wash away. Cold hate simmered below the mist clogging his thoughts. Hatred for the paint. Hatred for the brushes. For the Marmonts. For himself.
Style, character-centric, past tense, clip phrasing, higher adjective usage, focus timeline. Okay. So yeah, they're evaluating the new pages, I guess. Okay. Where are we going? I'm fucking scared. Right, let's go in there. Let's read this first.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment.
Output, Mon, choose Wednesdays, Friday.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the
Shut
water
up.
could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The
Born
art
in
was
New
not
York,
art,
currently
just
resides in New
content
York.
for the experiment.
Oh, Frank Booker. He's married to
There was a
Tamitha.
crack in the lake house. The
They were the
Marmonts had let the lake
writers
in,
from
but the water could not flow.
Big Two
It became
who
trapped,
saw the cult
stagnant,
doing their shit.
went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment. There was a crack
But yeah,
in the lake
there's
house.
just
The Marmonts
investigating.
had let the
Oh
lake
my
in,
god, so
but
like
the water
investigating the waters that came to Bright Falls, basically. Okay, lunch has been eaten. We can now carry on with the game. Right. Where were we? Running away from spooky monsters.
Typewriters. Please don't let this be what I think it is. As you know by now, typewriters and Cauldron Lake do not mix. And a room full of them all clacking away. 100% bad news.
So loud. So much clacking. And there's no one in here? Right. Investigation into the precise brand and model of typewriter used by Alan Wake, with intent to use this particular brand for redacted, and the ATTs continues to be unsuccessful. Sources contacted with discretion. Wake's publishing house, no useful information. Wake's agent refused to discuss client matters. Wake's spouse refused to discuss redacted, no useful information. Checked all available online interviews, no useful information. The relevant team will continue to explore alternative sources of information. The ATDs will continue to be operated with the available typewriters until Wake's preferred brand is known, theoretically replicating Alan Wake's style of writing by the same brand of typewriter used by the author should yield optimal results. The project director has indicated that a similar investigation should be launched into the brand and type of ink used in Wake's typewriter. That makes sense, I think. Right, I need a passcode for that.
March 7th, 2018. Notes regarding Dr. Emil Hartman, founder of the Cauldron Lake Lodge, where he manipulated artists in an attempt to control the power of the shadow. I've gone through his notes, which were confiscated by the Bureau after his arrest in 2010. Overall, Hartman's work was sloppy. Complete disregard for proper scientific method. But he was bold enough to try something we haven't. Our procedural writing machines are promising, but we could understand the effects of Cauldron Lake's threshold much better by observing live artists in action. Thanks to Hartman, we even have a list of prospects. Next step is to send Dr. Darling a request to bring some into the lake house for analysis.
So they found a page summarizing their life, the moments. The accuracy of the writing is intriguing. It reports the past in the Bureau, details inner thoughts that an outside recorder would have no way of knowing. Jules and I have indeed been having more and more interpersonal conflict this past year. This raises many questions. How does Wake, wherever he's writing from, get his information? Or is the page itself determining these emotions and events? I cannot believe that the scope of Wake's ability goes as far as to have dictated my entire career at the FBC, and if it did, would it matter, even if a person knew their life was being driven by an external force? Would it change their nature, their behaviour, their personality? My disagreements with Jules are not sudden shifts in personality, but rather a growing resentment. I firmly believe that, though I have no evidence to prove it. Which brings me to a new research query for our team. What methodology can one use to prove that their actions, their mind, their love, or animosity are theirs to control? Let's use this. There's the room here. security clearance 2 required here. You're going to go into the creepy hallway. Yay!
Shit. I can never say no to extra firepower.
Shit, here we go again. Wait, where am I? Wait. Huh? I have looped through?
Back where I started. Spatial recurrence. Usually observes the law of 3.
Is contrived overlap rebounded.
Okay, we're gonna have to fight things now.
Shadow is here.
Oh yeah, hello.
I brought a flashlight.
Me. Hello. There you go. Oh, hello. Wrong buttons. Oh, come on. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to press my other button. That's all of them for now. Check. Okay. Bye.
Some staff down there had been corrupted. Shit just kept getting worse.
Any more containers on the... Does not mean I have got them all because they might just be hiding. There, lovely. Interestingly, well, interestingly to me, I guess, is that in terms of shooting, way easier on keyboard and mouse. But actually, aiming the watch and everything, making them actually get rid of the shields is way harder on keyboard and mouse, because on controller it kind of locks on mostly.
Loop 3. Should be the last one.
Save again. It's a different.
I keep coming back to this page. The author's clearly awake. It's like he's warning us. But about what? I mean, what does it mean? This page scared Jules away from the work on Wake's writing. A coward can't stand risk. But science is risk. For me, this is proof that we are going in the right direction. Rudolph Lane's paintings to lead to more pages so that hopefully one day we can understand.
I don't know.
I keep coming back
I don't like that. What's happening? The fuck?
Ugh, locked. Maybe there's another way in. Controllable shifting phenomena.
Like turning off lights, but you know. Meant to take this down here. Why would you turn your fucking light off? There's another one? Does that one need to go? Where the fuck am I? Oh, I can't. So that's got one. Do I need to put one there? Okay, shit going on out there. Maybe this one was meant to go there, but I just took it from here for whatever reason. So now do I pull this switch, maybe? Nice. It's this guy again.
You again. What happened to you? Did people here do this to you? Alan Wake's writing is being studied here. Do you know anything about him?
Names don't matter. 1,000 more to come.
They say clear communication is the key to any relationship. You and I have some work to do there. You said marmots before. Do they do this? Where are they now? Tell me where they are. Christ. It's fixated on the marmots. What did they do?
Okay. Been to -2 yet still.
A threshold is the connection between a foreign reality and our own. Now, they all have their own rules, strange as they are. The further down I went, the more chaotic this one got. Clearly, this was the Cauldron Lake threshold, but something was wrong. Well, more wrong than usual.
Sublevel 2. Level 1.
It's actually let us in this place via now. So we're in here now. Starting cells, blah, control center, okay. Saved. Gonna get attacked again.
Wish the elevator would stop moving.
Dude in there. Where's that taken? Taken. What's in here? Anybody pooping?
Won't open while the floor's on lockdown.
Are those the holding cells? quite a few boys, isn't there?
I wonder what happened here.
I can't paint anymore. I know you want me to paint, but I can't. I'm empty. Rudolph, now you love to paint. And you are such a talent. This is just the classic artist slump. No. No, I hate it. It's just taking from me now. When can I leave? You said you'd let me leave. Ah, Rudolph, but you volunteered to come, remember? We are helping you, like Dr. Hartman did. Perhaps you need to see our doctor? I can arrange that. No. No, that's... I am feeling better. Much better. I will paint. Ah, this is wonderful to hear, Rudolph. I knew you would come back
Scared
to
of the
your old
doctor?
self.
Subject Ramnus. Rudolph Lane, subject P, so that's the artist guy, of course, has shown a decline in redacted over the past several months. Initially, this redacted presented as an increase in resistance, frequently declining requests to work. However, given time and pressure, subject would always relent. Subject's attitude towards art is also undergone a change recently. He is disinterested in his work, quickly becoming frustrated and sometimes even damaging or destroying the piece before it's completed. In the past few months, his work has become much more abstract, no longer showing true-to-life subjects or landscapes, but rather conceptual art that is much harder to define or categorize. Whether this sudden interest in abstractation is a form of rebellion, a consequence of growing redacted, or a source of genuine artistic interest is unknown. Current situation. As of yesterday, subject refuses to touch his supplies. He claims he will not paint anymore and wishes to leave. The subject's refusal has effectively halted all research, while the team can continue to run tests on the backlog of paintings. They estimate that there is little new information to gain. The subject must continue to paint if work is to proceed. However, this team is concerned that convincing the subject with force or coercion may only entrench him further in his position. Dr. Jules Marmont, and project lead, has suggested that a high dose of redacted be introduced to the subject's food to cure his redacted. The subject's attitude does not improve. Low doses of redacted will be introduced in order to improve his compliance. Laird. Steppies.
Jules Marmont looked at the painting. He didn't understand it. Saw only random whirls of color. Drug and Lane made him more compliant, but his work had turned abstract. Jules needed more art his team could parse, could test. Trial and error. These abstract explosions of color complicated the data. His grip tightened around the letter opener in his hand. The piece of art he needed was hidden inside Lane. If Jules could simply cut the painter open and pull the painting out of him, he would. The overhead lights flickered. Jules would make Lane cooperate. No more drugs. Less carrot, more stick. Jules had to go faster. He wouldn't lose to Diana. Nothing else mattered.
Yeah. Listen. Work order, wall removal and transport. Location, sublevel 2, lane cell. Ordered by Marmont, Jules, co-head of research. Work required, a section of the cell's southern wall needs to be removed for transport to sublevel 5 for analysis. Urgency high, tools recovered. It's not my job to know which tools you use to cut concrete walls. It is your job. Additional details. Important, the wall must be removed very carefully. The painting on the interior side of the wall must not be damaged. Okay. That seems like a bit of an ask, I'm not gonna lie. Art? Art? Not art. Writing, painting, music, rhymes, poetry, crossed out. Sculpture, art, dancing? Movies? TV, theatre, puppets, martial arts. What about Night Springs? Not art, baking, what about cooking, knitting? Hey, that's rude. I like knitting. Sewing, graffiti, rock stacking, speaking, bullshit charts like this, deals. Okay, well. This guy gonna... Check down here, see if there's any more lore. Oh, there's a computer. Let's read over here. Subjects writing must feature darkness, water, Marmots, Jules and Diana, the lake house conflict. Did anyone explain any of this to him? Reval Order. Acquisition team is hereby approved to acquire additional research subjects for ongoing study related to Project Arbutus at the Lake House facility. Prioritize outcomes as ordered below. Both subjects brought to the Lake House for study. Tamitha Booker. Her work is more commercially successful. They're more likely to yield results. Edward Booker. Less successful, but theatre is more widely recognized as an art than true crime novels. Observe the subjects at a distance and only move to acquire if the opportunity arises. Under no circumstances can this operation draw the attention of local law enforcement. Signed, Diana Marmont. Okay, so just watching them. Gonna figure out the suitability for making art, basically. Right, Booker's writing. The first piece of content produced by the subject is severely disappointing. It is not remotely similar in content to the Wakes pages we provided as reference. Why is it so focused on my marriage? Why is Jules the protagonist? Why is it set in an actual lakeside cabin? And what is happening at the end? What the hell is in the sky? Did anyone brief Booker about the concepts he has to write about? The lake house, the shadow. We need him to match Wake's style exactly. It's not going to work if he has no clue what he's writing about. We need to get this sorted. We need progress now. And why isn't he taking this seriously? When I spoke to him, he thought I was an actor. I want him to understand how serious we are, whatever it takes. Assignment. Continue story from page bleh. Match the tone, style, and content of Alan Wake's to as closely as possible. The crack was an emotional one. A line right through their marriage, their foundation, their lake house. These thoughts and more flooded Jules' mind as he stared out through the lakeside cottage windows. The sun was setting on a stormy day. Rain-heavy clouds hung below. Weighed down by the burden of purpose, Diana sat in her favourite deck chair, staring out across the lake's rippling surface. He watched the breeze catch her acorn hair. As if sensing his gaze, she turned her head. Jules looked away, flustered and then annoyed with himself for letting her affect him this way. He grabbed a bottle of red wine, poured himself a generous serving, and he kept pouring, his mind distracted by a thought. How did we get here? They had been at the lab running an experiment, then they were here. Why? He remembered thinking that a break from the lab would give them space to reconnect, to mend the crack, but he couldn't remember ever leaving. Wine was flowing over the rim of his cup, though he didn't even notice. He put down the bottle, scanning the lake. A faint shimmer hung in the air on the far side of the lake, like light hitting glass. The sort of thing you only noticed if you were looking for it. He felt like he had seen something like this before, but where? Jules! Diana's cry snapped Jules back into the present. She was staring up at the sky in panic. A deep shadow crept across the deck. Jules ran to the door to his wife. We need a passport for this. So this significant date and then something.
Finally, someone who isn't a
changed.
painting.
Oh, hello.
Hey, hello. Who are you?
Sorry, got a flow going. Can we do this later?
One of the bookers.
No, we cannot. I'm Agent Kieran Estevez. I'm with the government and I need your name.
I'm Ed Booker, the playwright. And I'm hitting my stride here, so can you guys stop with all that banging and screaming? It's throwing me off.
Where do you think you are right now?
In an immersive writing workshop.
Well, bad news, it's not a writing workshop. Good news, it's not a writing workshop.
Right. It's a government facility studying the power of creativity. That makes way more sense.
Look around you. How is this a workshop?
You have to stay in character. I get that. I'm in the theater business too. And look, the sets, the costumes, all great in that, campy, 70s sci-fi kind of way. But you could dial down the role-playing like 15, 20%. Just some professional advice.
What are you even doing? What are you writing?
Well, after you all abducted me in the woods, I've been working on this manuscript you gave me because you need it for some experiment or something. I kind of forget the premise. But, I've had this block lately, and filling in the gaps of this story has really loosened me up. Copying the style is a nice constraint, but I still have lots of room to play. It's a solid creative exercise.
Sir, whether you are aware of it or not, there is a situation here. I need you to stay in your cell until I can resolve the matter, okay?
Uh-huh, got it. Hey, no one's been around with food for a while. I could go for some dinner when you have a second.
Okay, buddy.
Oh, and can I get my phone back? I want to call my wife. I don't know how Tammy found you guys, but she killed it. 5 stars all around.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
She's not even a door.
Shadow monsters represent capitalism, which means the flashlight is the power of the artist. Sheer creativity tearing through the shadowy cloak of corporate cookie-cutter bullshit. Killer metaphor. This is good stuff. The style's a little clip, but I can work with that. Short, to the point, visual metaphors, dark imagery. Government is spreading darkness, trying to control the uncontrollable.
We'll probably have to go this way. Is the whole wall removed? Question mark.
Lots of heavy themes in a dark sci-fi wrapper. Love it.
Is there any significant dates on here? It's the date of that report. Not really. There doesn't seem to be much here. Maybe we'll find it out somewhere else. I'll come back and try and get that later, maybe. By assuming I can still. This? Okay. Assuming I can still get in there. Let's see what this is. We go the way we think is correct. Yeah, more resources. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Good. Can I go in there?
Oh, there's the elevator. How do I get in?
No, but there's a load of lads as well, so that's gonna be fun. Go the other way now. Think you can get out of there?
Shaded. Hope that glass is thick.
Well, these rooms might be locked, because, yeah. There. Oh, hello. It's pretty good. That spooked me. I'm not gonna lie. That's a lot of boys. But yeah. Pistachios! Hey, that's pretty good. Me. He looks kind of like me. Do not copy wake manuscript pages. It was an effort today. Is it open in here? It's literally a thing not right on the table. Oh my goodness. So there's a security level 2 over there. In peace. Security level 2?
Access card.
Yay!
Sorry, but I need this.
Get out!
How many paintings did they have this guy make?
Painting session on redacted. Black circular shape among yellow lines. Circle painted in dark black in the foreground with jagged yellow / brown brackets mustard lines behind it. Lines sometimes overlap with each other and or bleed into the black circle. Designation: lone tree at night. Description: dark green tree brackets pine standing in a dark landscape, presumably at night. Empty road and forest. Dark grey streak across a dark green landscape, presumably a forest at night. The grey streak is likely to be a road due to its location, colour, and the way its width reduces in line with the perspective. A white shape in the road could be a page of writing by Alan Wake. Relevant teams have been informed and are searching for this site now to attempt page retrieval. Yellow crescent shape on black canvas. Possibly a crescent, moon, or banana. Yellow and green circle. 3 uneven circles, 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 green, roughly arranged in a vertical line. Background is black / grey with dark red streaks along the border of the canvas, possibly a traffic light. Cityscape with blue-grey sky. Grey vertical shapes like the skyline of a city in the bottom third of the canvas with a vivid blue-grey sky. Geometric shapes painted in thin white lines can barely be made out among the colours of the sky. Black void. A deep black void covering the entire canvas with a few small specks of dark or light grey able to be seen on close inspection. Variety of black spirals. Large number of rough spirals painted in black, ranging from size from that of a quarter to that of a baseball. Though the canvas appears quite covered, it is blank aside from the spirals. Brown shape with horns. The brown shape vaguely triangular, with what are presumably horns extending from the shape, likely an animal head, possibly a deer or elk, black background. Sword. Like there's anything else here though. I don't think that's gonna give me anything, because there are numbers, but there's like nothing to indicate. Oh, that box moved. Nothing to indicate where there should be. Oh, hello. Am I pushing this with my fucking torch? Is that what's happening? Wow, weird. Okay. In which case, let's try going through this door. Yay, we're gonna fucking die, probably. Sounded like there was more than one. Sorry, buddy. What's this? 2023 September. Update to computer password. Oh, yes. We already read this. It's the same one as we read before. I guess it's just a reminder in case you get to this point and you can't remember what it said. I made that reservation for our anniversary, which I certainly never forgot was a week from this Friday. So that's the 14th of September, so a week from the next Friday. Let's take separate cars. Can't from the office, can't the bosses see us leaving together now that those hypocrites have banned into office relationships. Okay. So that's the significant date. Okay, hang on. Found out what happened to Trisha. Jules fucking fired her. I knew it. She was way too vocal in the last week's all-hands meeting. She had valid concerns. That man is a tyrant. Speaking up about safety is no reason to fire someone. Can you believe this new password policy? What security concerns are they even talking about? We're a fenced-off government bunker in the middle of nowhere. I think they're getting paranoid. Anyway, I said the security is terminal's new password like the memo suggested. Our anniversary is the base numbers and then Black Void. Okay. Yeah, the mums are losing it. Big surprise. I bet Diana and Setchel's background to a big old turd or something. Once again, making their shitty marriage everyone else's problem. That's why descent didn't work. Black Void is 44, right? From the list of Jane's paintings. I need to get in. Of Lane's paintings. Oh, need to get in. Oh, this is going to be a total waste of a Wednesday. 44 is right, yeah, so I guess you're telling me you don't know when our anniversary is. Well, good luck with that. Today's password is the date of our special unforgettable anniversary plus brown shape with horns. Love you. Maintain that seeing and moving together does not begin a relationship. Okay, so brown shape with horns and anniversary. So anniversary is... '14th, and then the Friday, and then a week's the 22nd of September. And then the black guy with brown face with horns. Not black guy. Okay. Yeah, Black Void was 44. Brown shape with horns, that's it. 25, so, okay, so... 22nd of September, but it's American. And then brown shape with horns was... what was it, 22? Oh, no, we just did 22. What is it? 25 is brown shape with horns. Okay. Ah. Okay.
Without HQ, more situations like this are gonna fall through the cracks. I'm glad someone here stood up to him.
Attention staff, there's a significant amount of black rock missing from sub-level 5. I expect there is a misunderstanding and someone has taken it to another floor by mistake. If you did this, respond and we will fix the problem. Please remember to lock your computer. Safety concerns. Oh, okay, this is the... Writing because I have safety concerns about the safety protocols being disregarded across the facility. I've collated a list of violations I personally observed. My opinions on the matter is that both Dr. and Dr. Marmont are driving this facility staff into progressively more reckless behavior, Trisha. And she got fired, so... thank you for your opinion. All facility operations and safety measures are under the purview of heads of research. If you have a complaint, please file it directly to them or contact the Bureau's acting management team in Dallas. So complain about the people that you're trying to complain about. Complain to the people you're trying to complain about. It's a good... Bad thing to do. Bad thing to have a system set up like that. I thought we reported to the acting management team in Kansas. I reached out to them about this issue multiple times and got no response. Even if they did respond, we all know they don't have the staff to investigate every internal issue after the oldest house went into lockdown. I believe the Marmonts are knowingly using the state of chaos to their advantage. Our treatment of... Where did my view go? I just moved slightly, okay. Our treatment of research subjects is a clear violation of the Ash Act. These are punishable offences. If you do not open an internal investigation, then I will resign. Okay. Well, you got fired, so you got what you wanted, right? I fear deactivating this lockdown is gonna unlock all of those taken, but...
Lockdown.
What you gonna do?
You are now safe to resume working.
Estevez, come in. Facility. Sub-level 1. You copy?
No, turn back. Area is extremely hostile. Fucking radios. They're on floor 1. I'll need help.